Good morning. Hello. Happy Monday, everybody, or Tuesday. I guess it's happier still because it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. My Zoom was giving me a really hard time. It would not load, so sorry I'm a few seconds late this morning. But how was everybody's weekend? Feel free to put something in the chat, something you did, a feeling you have. Was it nice to get an extra day? I would imagine so. So feel free to say something. What'd you do? Tell me all about it. I want to know. All right. I celebrated my 35th birthday on Saturday. You'll never guess what my husband bought me without asking. I got a pair of rollerblades, old school rollerblades that I used to ride the heck out of in the 90s and had many hours of fun. So I put them on and they were much harder to use than I remember. And so I promptly went out and bought like knee pads and elbow pads. I have yet to get a helmet, but everybody says a helmet is important too because obvious reasons. If you fall on your head, you don't want to die of a traumatic brain injury. So I'm excited to give them a whirl. I have a dream of opening up a roller rink. I don't know that I've ever shared that with you, but I think Portland would definitely benefit from a roller rink that was like really modern, where young people could go to hang out, older people could go to have a beer with their friends while their kids skate around. I think it would do very well. Anyway, but I had a nice weekend, so I hope you did too. Here's the plan today. We have 2 more questions that we're getting to work through from our project that, as a reminder, is due this Friday. So it's on the calendar. We're Tuesday right here, the 19th. And then Friday is when your Wisdom from a Senior project is due. So every day we're sort of lightning by going over or writing about a couple of those questions. So we're splitting up the work, but this week you should really focus your efforts on how am I going to demonstrate or share this with other people. So after you submit those, we're going to start presenting this week, this coming week. So keep in mind that that is what we are working on. Keep in mind that your outcome, your product for this project needs to address all of the questions we're going through kind of chunk by chunk. And you can express yourself in whatever way you see fit. So you could do a slideshow, you could do a video, you could do an art project, whatever it is that you want to use to show future AVID students what it's like and use your talents to do it. So I just ask that you put some time, effort, and love into this as we move forward, okay? Any questions about this? I feel like the timeline's decent. I mean, you have all week to think about it. Let me know if that's not the case. Any thoughts at all out there in Zoom world? Okay. The other thing that we're going to be looking at this week is data collection. So I haven't finished adding all of you into the AVID website just yet, but probably Thursday we'll start entering some information on some sheets that I will then collect and enter into our AVID system. So it's pretty basic stuff. I don't think any of you will find it too challenging, but that's something we need to kind of check off our list as well. And we'll start that process this week. Just as a reminder, because we had yesterday off, tomorrow is supposed to be a regular class day. So I know that is probably devastating news to hear. Some of you may be working, but you're supposed to be going to your regularly scheduled classes just as you would on any other day. That is always the case when I know, that is always the case when we have a Monday or a Friday or like a whatever day off. So my plan for tomorrow for us, just I think as a programming note, I don't think I will put a pause on us much of anything. I will just be broadcasting the historic inaugural event tomorrow. So if you want to join me to watch the 46th president and the first female vice president of Jamaican and Indian heritage be nominated or inaugurated, then feel free to join me. It'll be a good time. They're being sworn in. The ceremony starts at like 8:15 our time, and then it happens at 9. So that's all I will be doing tomorrow. You should also expect, if you are not passing a class, or if you have a D or F currently in a class, your teacher will be contacting you today or tomorrow from that class, and your family, to talk to you about what it is you might need to do to get your grade to passing for this term. Yes, somebody's asked, it's tomorrow when Biden gets into office. Yeah, so tomorrow morning, like right when our class goes on, is when he will be sworn in as the next president of the United States. So I will just be broadcasting that on our Zoom. Feel free to join. If you don't, I won't be offended, okay? I think it's really silly that we turn Wednesdays into a teacher day if we have a day off. So I'm choosing to just show the historic events that are happening in the world rather than anything for this class. So, okay. Any questions, comments on that? Okay. All right. So here's the 2 questions we're gonna think about right now. So have a pen handy, or your Google Doc that you've been writing these in. However you're doing it is fine by me. We are tackling 2 questions at a time to look at more in depth, so that when you do start to put together whatever final product you're going to turn in and share with us, that you've already done some good thinking, have an idea about what you wanted to say or write. And so we're taking some time every day to just sort of journal and reflect on our last 4 years and our experiences as high school students. So today, we are looking at these 2 questions. These are actually, this is the end of the first column and the beginning of the next. So number 1 has to do with you and personally reflecting on your experience. And number 2 is actually our first question that shifts to what wisdom you have to share with others. So the first question, how has being an AVID student challenged you? And in what ways has it helped you? So I'm going to give you 3 minutes or so to write on both of these. The second is, and I need only one, what is the number 1 piece of advice, wisdom, whatever you want to call it, that you could share with a little baby freshman in high school? Let them know, what is it you wish you would have been told that would have been super helpful as a freshman, and write on it here. So I'm going to add 3 minutes to the clock. And if you have any questions, just type them into the chat or ask them out loud. Here we go. We're going to write for 3 minutes. Go. right, you're continuing to write a little less than a minute. And if you can't fill 3 minutes with these reflections, you need to be digging deeper here. Okay, that was 3 minutes. Was that too much time? Not enough? Do we need more before we go and chat about these things? If I hear nothing, I will assume that was perfect. All right, so these conversations should be interesting. You'll be in breakout rooms. You can share your unfiltered thoughts on anything AVID related. Do you regret it in any way? Was it helpful? Share that. And then the second one, I'm dying to know, what is one piece of advice? Keep in mind, if you wrote more than one piece of advice here, the next question that we'll tackle is actually like any additional advice that you would give. So this one should really be focused on like narrow it down to like your top piece of advice for other, kids coming. So I'm going to put you in some breakout rooms. So go ahead and share. Everybody share. So I don't designate like who should start. You guys are seniors. Just talk to each other and figure it out. I'm losing people. I just lost like 2 people. I don't know why. Do you hate talking to each other that much? I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Go ahead and share what you wrote, and then we'll come back together in a few. Here we go.
Class for me to attend. It has helped me in many positives. In the very beginning of my AVID experience, the only thing I did not like about it was the fact that I didn't originally know its purpose. Exiting AVID now, it has helped benefit me in ways that I didn't think it was going to in the beginning, in ways that I'm able to prepare for assignments and tests better. I'm able to look into colleges and get a better grasp on the meaning behind them and my purpose for what it might be for attending them. So AVID has definitely helped prepare me in ways that a lot of like family members and stuff hasn't, and I've been really grateful for that.
To remember they have to have at least a 2.0 and 3.5 GPA in unweighted classes, and have the desire and determination to take challenging courses such as AP and honor classes and do them well. And if you don't want to follow these important rules, it may be a challenge for you to have no like the students have no desire to be a part of the class, and it wouldn't help them at all. And then, what is the number one piece of wisdom you can share in class freshmen? I said absolutely number one piece of advice from me that it would ever have a question is, if you're struggling with anything, ask for help. That's the big one for me. Be the top students and ask for help when there are other students out there that are struggling too, but are too shy to ask for help. And be the person that is willing to help and
Oh, hi, room.
Hi.
Hi. What's going on in here? Where are we at?
I just went.
Okay, cool. So I just caught you in a lull. All right, who's up next?
Daniel's supposed to be next. I don't want to call you out, but
Danielle, let's go.
What's up? Hold on.
Are you wondering what you're supposed to be talking about? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm finding the questions.
Oh, okay. So then, kind of. Yeah.
So, being an avid student has challenged me a lot of in some type of ways that I didn't know like I had. Like, I don't know, it was just pretty competitive when it started, and I don't know, I liked the challenge, and I liked how the system was when I was in class, and I thought it was pretty good. And uh,
All right, team, what's going on in here? Have we shared? Are we waiting on somebody? What's going on?
We both, yeah, we shared already.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just waiting on Toby. I don't know if he could listen to us.
Okay, Toby, are you there? I wonder about him sometimes. I think he's snoozing. I think he joins and then goes back to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hang tight for just another 30 seconds or so and I'll close the rooms, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's always, again, some of you were done sharing and others of you weren't quite. So sorry if I broke up your party a little early. There's still a couple people hanging out in rooms, but it was really nice to go into rooms and hear you guys chatting and sharing about AVID, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm curious, let's tackle the first one first. Does anyone want to say anything about number one today? So AVID, was it worth it in the end? Did it challenge you? And you can say,
I can say something.
yeah.
I said that AVID in a way expects a lot from a student. Like they want them to take like AP classes or like just like volunteer and do all these stuff. But it has helped me in an academic life and real life. So when I say academic life, I meant like it's helped me with my resume. Like I've got more experience, whether it's like volunteering and any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in real life, like I feel like it's help my community and like just give back to like people that need it. So I feel like it has helped me both ways. So I think AVID is worth it. It's taught me a lot and helped me with like my future plans, like college wise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Anybody else want to share? All right. How about the second question? I think this is a really interesting question. I'm just dying to know, what would be your number one piece of advice for an incoming student? Anybody?
I can go again.
Okay, thanks, Danette.
I said that like enjoy like your social life and everything. Just don't let it destroy your GPA or your like your studies.
Ooh, that's great advice. Yeah, have fun, but you got to have balance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. I'm getting some stuff in the chat here. Thank you. All caps, ask for help. That is great advice. And it's something Avid really tries to instill in you. And some of you are so, like most of you have no problem talking to a teacher or saying when you need help. So yes, great advice. Just get your work done, honestly, on time. Yes, yeah, if only it were so easy all the time for folks, but you know, procrastination is a hell of a thing, right? Yes, great advice. Anything else? These are great. As like an old person reflecting on my high school experience, you know, my regrets were more socially related than academically related, if I had like any. So, you know, I had like crippling anxiety in high school, like crippling. And so just relax, like not everybody is looking at you or cares about what you're doing. Like just enjoy, like don't let your fear of what others are thinking about you keep you from doing what you might love or, you know, make you better. Don't procrastinate. Yeah. If only that were something that was easier. Yeah. Good. All right. Well, thanks for sharing in your small groups and some of you for sharing here. Looking at our calendar, really just keep working on that January checklist. So make sure you're ticking off if you haven't applied to at least 3 colleges, make sure and do that. If you haven't applied, finished up your application for the OSAC, Ford Family Scholarship, like the big ones, you know, just make sure and keep shifting those things, ticking something off. January is the month to do it because things are going to start to have deadlines after this month, scholarships, college applications. And so you really want to get all of your big stuff done by now. And then we can start worrying about the next phase, which will include such things as finding out how much money you're going to get, which will dictate how much money you need to seek in private loans, if at all, and which is a beast we haven't even tackled. And then talking about like housing applications and stuff for if you're going to live outside of your home in a dorm, you have to apply for getting a dorm. And then there's a lot of work to do around, you know, they'll want to get information about you to try and place you with someone that will be compatible. So it's a whole other can of worms once you open it up. So anyway, any questions before I let you go? I try to keep these half an hour most days. Okay, so again, tomorrow is sort of an optional day. I would love to watch and celebrate the new, you know, swearing in of a president and vice president. It's historic, no matter your political affiliation. It's a historic, you know, day for women in our country, for people of color in our country. And so it's a day of celebration, I think. And so if you want to come, I'd love to watch it with you. I'll be broadcasting it, hang out for half an hour. Don't, if you don't want to. If we can't attend, will we be marked absent? Here's the deal. Here's the secret that teachers don't love to say. If you reach out to someone in any capacity on a day that you're not there and just say, I can't make it, they have to mark you present. And if they're not abiding by our attendance rules, and you should call them out for it. So advocate for yourself on that too. So yes, just email me and that should be fine. Somebody said I did that and they didn't allow it. Write your counselor, right? Dr. Irwin, when somebody does that, that is written in our rules for this year, that if you reach out in any capacity to a teacher, including email, participating in a discussion post, turning in work on the day that you were absent, they're supposed to change that absence to a present. So yeah, advocate for yourself or tell me, and I will reach out to the proper folks to try and address that issue. So yeah. Okay, cool. All right, folks, stick around if you need help, have questions, want to chat. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for inauguration. If not, just email me and say hi, and I'll see you on Thursday for sure. Bye. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, thank you. All right, Toby, what's going on?